Hello traders, hello everyone, welcome to my new Elliott wave video in which I will actually walk you through Aussie dollar trade plan that I also recently shared with members. So I will talk about the approach on this pair. It's not only about the Elliott waves and the structure on this pair, but also it has to do with a lot of different factors, also with a lot of different markets, because as you know, markets are correlated. So what I've been looking here back in September is actually I spotted this very interesting reversal here from the highs, very strong one, and then very slow recovery. So this was a signal for me that we are probably stepping into a higher degree corrective setback. I didn't know that if we'll see a sharp drop into a third leg of decline, if we'll see maybe even wave 3. But what I was assuming back then is that this was just a temporary rise and the third leg sooner or later should occur. But always there's not easy to trade in this direction, especially if maybe other markets will not agree with this view. But back then what we noticed is that S&P 500 came quite sharply to the downside from the highs. And if we take a look very quickly on this market, you can actually see here that at the start of September, there was a 5-wave drop here for a wave A, and then actually market was moving sideways. So back then I didn't know if maybe this is going to be wave B and you will see weakness for wave C, or maybe even it's going to be wave 2 and you will see weakness for a wave 3. Okay, so what I was assuming is that sooner or later even this market should move to the downside out of this consolidation that occurred after the first very strong drop here. So this S&P 500, this risk-off setup was a signal that Aussie dollar will also come to the downside. But not only the S&P 500. Back then we also saw copper moving into this fifth wave high here out of this triangle. So even if move or reversal would be temporary, we know that moves out of a triangles normally suggest that you are in a final piece of this recovery and that reversal may occur. And we have seen very nice reversal, which obviously helped Aussie to come much lower. And then also I think it's very important to keep an eye on Hang Seng index. Notice that this index already showed us evidences of a top here at the start of summer. Okay, then we had this leading diagonal, and then we had this only ABC rise, and this breakdown below this trendline support was indication that this market is going to see more weakness, meaning we are moving into a risk-off period. Hang Seng index is also having a very strong impact on Aussie move. So if there you see risk-off sentiment, well, then you can expect that even Aussie will see limited upside. And this breakdown was actually confirmation that we are looking lower for a wave C, maybe even a wave 3, meaning that Aussie dollar again could come down. And of course, obviously, when this market made acceleration to the downside, well, the Aussie sooner or later also had to give up. But not only this market, we also been looking for gold, obviously, and gold, as you know, came sharply down here in August already. Then it was struggling here, it formed a triangle, and we were looking for a wave C weakness. So even this pattern suggested that dollar will strengthen, and obviously this again was very bearish for Aussie. So we had a lot of different factors that was showing in potential weakness there on Aussie dollar. It's not always it sometimes now it sounds like a very simple process, but actually it's not. It's very difficult always to spot clear patterns at the same time when you have maybe some other different factors that will suggest that this is really going to happen what you expect. I mean, not only technicals and intermarket analysis suggested the US dollar weakness. At the same time, we also had these comments from Bank of Australia that they may favor the lower exchange rate because this could help to lift the economy in general. So obviously speculators were looking for potential weakness, because if they will take any new measures, any new actions, obviously this will impact the Aussie dollar rate in general. So everything came quite nicely together. It played very well. It played out very well, but now we are at some kind of a very important level here. What will happen from here? Well, we will see. I'm just some kind of a wait and see mode. If we rally here very strongly in 5 waves, let's say back above 72 level, and then I think that this market would actually be headed back towards the highs. But again, from a trading perspective, for me, it will be very important what will be doing gold, what will be doing dollar index. Back then we are now at a very important 94.70 resistance, and obviously what will stocks do? Are we going to risk on mode during this US elections period, or are we just going sideways? So I mean, the structure and intermarket analysis will definitely help us to decide in which direction this Aussie will go. But so far at this level, 0.7 psychological level, very nice potential support, but actually it's just a support and just a number on the chart until you really see confirmation from the market. Do you see a rise and you can continue to look for even more upside, or will there be a breakdown, meaning that market goes to much lower prices? So we'll see how this unfolds, and I will make sure to keep you updated in the upcoming days. Thank you for your attention and have a good day. Bye.